Hey, I'm Fucci and welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. The holidays are in full bloom here in the TK where we're making roasted cauliflower steaks. This is a total vegetarian recipe, but just saying cauliflower steaks makes you feel like Santa's put you on the nice list. Even better, we're gonna top these steaks with the colors of the season, making this a festive side for all your holiday meals. So go grab that steak knife, because it's time to bring it. So what you're gonna need is cauliflower, olive oil, pomegranate molasses, salt and pepper, an orange, a pomegranate, parsley, mint, Castelvetrano olives, pine nuts, feta cheese, and garlic. You'll also need a baking sheet, non-stick aluminum foil, tongs, a wooden spoon, zester, and a sharp knife. What to do with cauliflower? This question used to plague me when all I knew was that this is the last thing to go on any vegetable tray. And I hate to break it to you, if you're the last thing to go on a vegetable tray, people don't like you. Oh, poor sad Mr. Cauliflower. All you need is a little loving in the oven to turn that frown upside down. Come on, this is 2018. We've got technology to turn this sad, drab cauliflower into the hit of the party. So how are we gonna do it? We're gonna roast it. And even better, we're gonna boost its cachet even more and make it into a cauliflower steak. We're gonna start by taking our knife and just cutting straight down the middle, all the way through the core, so that we've got two halves here. And then we're gonna cut 1/2-inch slices. Now this is a tricky part because you can really only get maybe 2, maybe 3 solid steaks out of a head of cauliflower. And then I will do the other side. So we'll just be very careful making sure to keep it all intact and not to get our fingers. Place that on our baking sheet. And don't worry about the rest of these. You can just go ahead and cook it alongside your 2 steaks here. We're gonna season our cauliflower steaks with some olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. We're gonna rub that in, turn it over, and do the same on the other side. And we're gonna set this aside, and then we're gonna roast our garlic at the same time. I've got a couple of cloves of garlic still in the paper here. We'll just throw that on some aluminum foil and coat it in some of that olive oil. And then we're just gonna wrap it up and crimp the top. Now, if you're using a really thin brand of aluminum foil, go ahead and double up on that so that it doesn't burn the garlic. I'm just gonna throw this on top. We're gonna pop this in a 425-degree oven for 30 minutes. Now, after 10 minutes, use your tongs and carefully turn the cauliflower over. So while our cauliflower steaks are cooking up in the back, we can prepare our holiday topping, some great greens and reds and whites. We're gonna start with our parsley. We're just gonna mince this up real finely. Throw that in our little bowl here. Then I'm gonna pick off some mint leaves. I'm just gonna roll them up. We're gonna do kind of like a chiffonade, but it's actually just a really rough chop. And throw that into our bowl. Next, we're gonna add our olives. Now, these are Castelvetrano olives from Sicily. Probably have some preconceived notions about what olives taste like. Throw those out the windows because these are dolce. These are sweet olives that are really, really mild. So they work great in this recipe. Now, you can get them a couple of different ways. Sometimes you can find them without the pits in them, and sometimes you can only find them with the pit. So I'm gonna show you, if they do have a pit, just go ahead and cut around the pit. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And then we'll throw that into our bowl. And then if it's just a regular pitted olive, just go ahead and roughly chop that. Throw that into our bowl. To this, we are gonna add the zest of an orange. So we'll add some sweetness to our topping. And to this bowl of festiveness, we are gonna add some pomegranate molasses. Now you can get this in Mediterranean, Middle Eastern stores. I equate it to sort of like a balsamic glaze where you take balsamic vinegar and reduce it down into a really sweet glaze. This is actually pomegranate juice that has been reduced into a nice sweet glaze. It's got a hint of sourness to it. Add just a touch of it. It's gonna really brighten up this dish. And we'll give it a stir. Now if you can't find it, by all means, you can add a little bit of balsamic glaze. We've got a few more toppings that will go on at the very end, including our toasted pine nuts and our feta cheese, along with our pomegranate seeds. Now, I have such fun opening up pomegranates and seeding them that I want to show you how to do it again. You just take your knife, very carefully go around the perimeter of the pomegranate, not cutting too deeply, you just want to cut the skin. And then I stick my knife right in the middle. That'll just help to break it apart, just like that. Look at that. You just very carefully open up the pomegranate, flip it over in the palm of your hand, and just start hitting it, and all those seeds just start falling out. Now, we don't need a ton for this recipe, so I'm gonna stop there. But you can do this for the entire pomegranate. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it's gonna save you a chunk of change than buying it in one of those little tubs at the grocery store already seeded. So we've taken our cauliflower out of the oven. We've got the smell of garlic in the air. Now we've got our cloves of garlic here that are nice and roasted. Cut off the tip and then just squeeze it out. And I'm just gonna take my fork and mash it. Rub it all over the cauliflower. Do that with the second one. After our garlic, I am gonna sprinkle on our feta cheese. This will melt into all the little nooks and crannies of the cauliflower. And then we'll plate it up. So check that out. We plated up our cauliflower stem to stem. I topped it off with that great olive, parsley, mint tapenade. We're gonna finish it off with the rest of the colors of the season, beginning with our white pine nuts and our red pomegranate seeds. Doesn't that look festive? Hey, go get the recipe for this. It's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when you try this recipe, please let us know about it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Until next time, I'm Fucci, reminding you that if I can make a roasted cauliflower steak in a kitchen this tiny, you can make it in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen. Big taste. Castelvetrano, that's good. Poor, sad Mr. Cauliflower. Castelvetrano. Domo arigato, Castelvetrano. Domo. Domo.